वेलकम बैक दोस्तों। अभी हम बजट देखने वाले हैं। यूनियन बजट 2025-26 जो इंडिया का कंपाइलेशन है ये। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं दोस्तों। आप ज़रूर लाइक कर दें और सब्सक्राइब भी कर दें मेरे इस चैनल को। रेडी रीड फॉर एग्ज़ाम जो चैनल है ये मेरा। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं दोस्तों बिना समय गंवाए। कोटिंग द फेमस स्टेटमेंट ऑफ द ग्रेट तेलुगु पोएट गुरजड़ा अप्पाराव, देश मारते माटी कोदोई देश मारते मानुष लोई, meaning a country is not just its soil, a country is its people. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the Union Budget 2025-26 in the Parliament on 1st Feb 2025. The theme of the budget was सबका विकास. Six broad principles presented for developed India. Six broad principles. The first is zero poverty, 100% good quality education, 100% good quality school education, access to high quality, affordable and comprehensible healthcare, 100% skilled labor with meaningful employment, 70% women in the economic activities and farmers making our country the food basket of the country. ये जो है the six broad principle presented for developed India. Next दोस्तों, the objective of this budget is to bring transformative reform in six sectors. वो सेक्टर क्या है? टैक्सेशन है, पावर सेक्टर है, माइनिंग है, अर्बन डेवलपमेंट, फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर एंड रेगुलेटरी रिफॉर्म्स है। ए टोटल बजट ऑफ 50.65 लाख करोड़ दिया हुआ। इधर 50,65,345 crore has been presented. This amount of the budget has been presented. The total estimated receipts are 50,65,345 crore, which include इसमें रिवेन्यू रिसिप्ट्स एंड कैपिटल रिसिप्ट्स। रिवेन्यू रिसिप्ट जो ज़्यादा है जब वो है 34,20,409 करोड़ एंड कैपिटल रिसिप्ट 16,44,936 करोड़। The total estimated expenditure is 56,345 crore, which include revenue expenditure. The revenue expenditure 39,44,255 crore and capital expenditure is 11,21,090 crore. और कुछ जो इसके वेरियस डिफिसिट्स जो होते हैं बजट में उनके लिए है। अगर उनको पूछना होगा तो इसमें से डाटा पूछते हैं हर बार। अगर नहीं पूछते, अगर और उनको अगर डीप में जाना होगा तो ये डेफिनेशन पूछ लेते हैं। फिजिकल डेफिसिट क्या है, रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट क्या है, इफेक्टिव रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट एंड प्राइमरी डेफिसिट। इस पे बच्चे बहुत कंफ्यूज भी करते हैं। तो आप जरूर किसी अच्छे बुक से इसको आप पढ़ लेना पूरा, क्या डिफरेंट है दोनों में, डिफरेंस है इन सब में कर लेना। तो फिजिकल डेफिसिट जो है रिवाइज एस्टिमेट फॉर 2024-25 के लिए जो 4.8% ऑफ जीडीपी। तो रिवाइज एस्टिमेट क्या है कि ये पिछले साल लास्ट ईयर इन्होंने जो बजट पेश किया होगा तो उन्होंने 4.8% जो रिवाइज जो किया होगा, उसके बाद फिर से उन्होंने रिवाइज किया होगा तो 4.8% अराउंड 6 मंथ के बाद जो फिर से उन्होंने रिवाइज किया होगा तो वही रिवाइज एस्टिमेट है। जो 4.8% ऑफ जीडीपी, फिजिकल डेफिसिट 4.8% ऑफ जीडीपी, बजट एस्टिमेट फॉर 2025-26 के लिए 4.4% ऑफ जीडीपी। ये है रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट जो रिवाइज है वो 1.9% ऑफ जीडीपी है एंड 1.5% जीडीपी फॉर 2025-26 के लिए 1.9-1.5%। इफेक्टिव रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट जो 1.0% ऑफ जीडीपी रिवाइज एस्टिमेट है एंड बजट एस्टिमेट फॉर 2025-26 में जो है 0.3% ऑफ जीडीपी है। इफेक्टिव रेवेन्यू डिफिसिट, आप इन सबको अगेन आप क्लियर कर लेना क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों सब में। इन सब में प्राइमरी डेफिसिट क्या होता है कि 1.3% ऑफ जीडीपी, 0.8% ऑफ जीडीपी, 1.3% जीडीपी 2024-25 revised estimate and 0.8% of GDP in the budget estimate for 2025-2026. Total forehead of the union budget, top 4 heads of the union budget 2025-26 के लिए जो वेयर डज द मनी कम फ्रॉम, मतलब पैसे कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, मतलब द कमिंग फ्रॉम बोरोइंग एंड द लाइबिलिटीज 24%, बोरोइंग एंड लाइबिलिटीज यहीं से 24%, सबसे ज़्यादा यहीं से हो रहा है। दूसरे नंबर, द second position is income tax. From there the money is coming around 22%, from GST it's coming around 18%, and from corporate tax it's coming around 17%। तो सबसे ज़्यादा बोरोइंग से, फिर इनकम टैक्स है 22%, जीएसटी से 18% एंड कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स से है 17%। वेयर डज द मनी गो, पैसे जा किधर गए हैं, कहाँ एक्सपेंसेस हो रहे हैं, तो स्टेट शेयर एंड टैक्सेस एंड ड्यूटीज 22%। इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट, जिन्होंने डेट ले रखा होगा, गवर्नमेंट ने जो कर्जे ले रखे होंगे बैंक वगैरह से, उन पर 20% जा रहा है। सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम पे 16%। दिस डज नॉट इंक्लूड कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन डिफेंस एंड इकोनॉमिक असिस्टेंस, और डिफेंस पे है 8% पैसे जा रहे हैं। अगेन आप देख लो इसको एक बार, जीएसटी 18% पैसे आ किधर से रहे हैं, कॉर्पोरेट टैक्स 17%, डिफेंस पे खर्च हो रहा है 8%, सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम पे 16% एंड इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट 20%, एंड स्टेट शेयर ऑफ टैक्सेस एंड ड्यूटीज 22%। The budget speech section A, 4 engines for development have been identified in this budget. So first is agriculture, MSME, second exports and investment। याद रखेंगे हम लोग एग्रीकल्चर, MSME, एक्सपोर्ट एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट। इंजन, फर्स्ट इंजन जो है एग्रीकल्चर, प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स धन धान्य कृषि योजना डेवलपिंग एग्रीकल्चर डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम, ये बजट में मेंशन्ड है, धन धान्य कृषि योजना डेवलपिंग एग्रीकल्चर डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम। दिस प्रोग्राम विल कवर 100 districts with low productivity, low crop sowing and below average credit norms. Objective of this program to increase production, adopt crop diversification, increase post-harvest storage, improve irrigation facilities and facilitate availability of long and short-term loans. This program is expected to help 1.7 crore farms. Building rural prosperity and resilience. A comprehensive multi-sectoral building rural prosperity and resilience program will be launched in partnership with the states. It aims to create abundant opportunities in rural areas so that migration become a choice and not a necessity. In this first phase, 100 developing agriculture districts will be covered. Remember, this is talking about 100 developing districts, agricultural districts will be covered. आत्मनिर्भरता in pulses, talking about दाल की बात कर रहा है। To achieve self-sufficiency in edible oils, the government of India is implementing the national edible oil missions. The government of India will launch a 6-year mission on self-sufficiency in pulses with a special focus on tur, urad and masoor. Comprehensive program for vegetable and fruits. The consumption of vegetables, fruits and grains is increasing tremendously. A comprehensive program will be launched with the participation of states to promote production, effective supply, processing and remunerative prices for farmers. Makhana board in Bihar. Makhana board will be set up in Bihar to improve the production, processing, value addition and marketing of the makhana. The national high yield seed mission will be implemented with the objective of promoting the research ecosystem targeted development and promotion of seeds with high yield, pest resistance, and climate adaptability traits, making commercially availability of over 100 varieties of seeds released since 2024. फिशरीज इंडस्ट्री, इंडिया इज द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ फिशरीज। इंडिया क्या है कि वो सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर है फिशरीज का एंड एक्वाकल्चर इन द वर्ल्ड। द वैल्यू ऑफ सी फूड एक्सपोर्ट इज 60,000 crores। आवर गवर्नमेंट विल ब्रिंग इन ए फेवरेबल फ्रेमवर्क to give special attention to islands like Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep and to promote sustainable fishing from the deep sea. Mission for cotton productivity. The mission for cotton productivity announced for the benefit of lakhs of cotton growing farmers. A 5-year campaign will be launched for this. Under the interest subsidy scheme, the limit of loan taken through Kisan credit card will be increased from 3 lakh to 5 lakh. Kisan credit card will be increased. The loan taken through Kisan credit card will be increased from Rs 3 lakh to 5 lakh. Second, engine growth. Engine the micro MSME की बात कर रहा है, talking about micro, small and medium enterprises. The finance minister described 5.7 crore MSMEs as the second powerful engine for growth, as they contribute 45% of our exports. They are contributing 45% of our exports. More than 1 crore registered MSME currently employing 1.5 crore people and contributing to 36% of our manufacturing. एक्सपोर्ट में जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है एमएसएमई का वो 45% है एंड मोर देन 1 crore रजिस्टर्ड एमएसएमईज करेंटली एम्प्लॉइंग 7.5 crore पीपल एंड कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू 36% ऑफ आवर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग आर वर्किंग टुगेदर टू मेक इंडिया ए ग्लोबल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब। Remember, this is talking about contribution in manufacturing, that is 36% MSME. Credit guarantee hour will be enhanced to improve access to credit for micro and small enterprises from 5 crore to 10 crore, making available additional loan of ₹1.5 lakh crore over the next 5 years. For startups from 10 crore to 20 crore will be reduction in guarantee fee to 1% for loans in 27 key sectors critical of Atmanirbhar Bharat, and for well-run exporting MSMEs, term loan up to 20 crore. You can see this in the below. Industry investment micro, current 1 revised 2.5 crore, turnover current 5, revised 10, small industries investment 10, currently 10 and revised to 25, turnover 50, 100. You can see this. और मुझे नहीं लगता ये पूछेगा अपना, पर आप पढ़ लो उसको अच्छे से। Credit cards for micro enterprises. Government will launch a special customized credit cards with a limit of 5 lakh for as micro enterprises registered on the Udyam portal. A special customized credit cards with the limit of 5 lakh for micro enterprises registered on the Udyam portal. In the first year, 10 lakh cards will be issued. A new fund of fund will be set up with a corpus of 10,000 crore for startups. For the first time, a new scheme will be launched for entrepreneurs worth 5 lakh, including women, SC, ST. They will provide term loan up to 2 crore over the next 5 years. The first time, a new scheme will be launched for the entrepreneurs worth rupees 5 lakh, including women, SC and ST. This will provide term loan up to 2 crore over the next 5 years. Focus product scheme for footwear and leather sectors. जूते एंड लेदर सेक्टर्स में भी ये फोकस करने वाले हैं. द स्कीम विल प्रोवाइड असिस्टेंस फॉर डिजाइन कैपेबिलिटी, component manufacturing and machinery required for production of quality leather footwear and non-leather footwear. The scheme is expected to generate employment for 22 lakh persons, turnover of 4 lakh crore and exports over rupee 1.1 lakh crore. A scheme will be implemented to make India global global toy hub. खिलौनों का एक बड़ा मार्केट की बात कर रहा है. द स्कीम विल बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड टू मेक इंडिया ए ग्लोबल टॉय हब. ए नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फूड टेक्नोलॉजी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट विल बी सेटअप इन बिहार फॉर फूड प्रोसेसिंग. एज a result of this, increase farmers' income through value addition of their produce, and youth will get access to skill training, entrepreneurship, and employment opportunities. The government will set up a national manufacturing mission covering small, medium, and large enterprises with an aim to promote Make in India. Third engine, that is investment in people, in economy, in innovation. Investing in people. More than 8 crore children, 1 crore pregnant women, and around 20 lakh adolescent girls in the northern region are being provided nutrition support through the Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0 scheme. Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0 scheme. To foster curiosity, innovation, and promote scientific thinking, 5,000 Atal Tinkering Labs will be established in the government schools over the next 5 years. Under BharatNet project, broadband connectivity will be provided to all government secondary school and primary health centers in rural areas. Under the BharatNet project, broadband connectivity will be provided to all government secondary schools and primary health centers in the rural areas. Government secondary school and primary.
अरे क्लीन किया था हमने बाहर, ये दोबारा फिर भी पता चल लगता है.
Sorry for the noise. It is proposed to implement the Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak scheme to provide digital books in Indian language for school and higher education. Its objective is to help students understand their subject better. Bharatiya Bhasha Pustak scheme. 5 national skill excellence centers will be established with global expertise and partnership to equip our youth with the skills required for Make for India, Make for World manufacturing. Expansions of capacity of IITs. There has been a 100% increase in total number of students across 23 IITs. Additional infrastructure will be created in 5 IITs. Hostel and other infrastructure capacities will also be expanded at IIT Patna. A Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence AI for Education will be established with a total outlay of 500 crore. A Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence for Education will be established with a total outlay of 500 crore. Expanding medical education. 10,000 additional seats will be added in the medical college and hospitals over next 5 years. Within the next 3 years, all district hospitals will be facilitated to establish day care cancer centers. In 2025-26, 200 centers will be set up. The PM Swanidhi scheme will be revamped with enhanced credit from banks, UPI linked credit cards with a limit of 30,000 and capacity building support. It was announced in the budget that the government will extend healthcare center under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana to gig workers on online platform, issue them identity cards and register them on the eShram portal. Investment in the economy. under investment in the economy, Mrs. Sitaraman stated that infrastructure-related ministries will work on projects in the public-private partnership. जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रिलेटेड नेटवर्क मिनिस्ट्रीज होंगे, दे विल वर्क ऑन द पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप model over a period of 3 years. An outlay of 1.5 lakh crore, an outlay of rupee 1.5 lakh crore has been proposed for interest-free loan of up to 50 years to encourage capital expenditure and reforms by the states. Asset monetization plan 2025 to 30. Building on the success of the first asset monetization plan announced in 2021, a second asset monetization scheme for the period 2025-30 will be launched to enable capital investment of 10 lakh crore in the new projects. It has been announced that the Jal Jeevan Mission will be extended up until 2028 to achieve 100% coverage. The government will establish an urban challenge fund of rupee 1 lakh crore for creative redevelopment of cities and for water and sanitation. The government will establish an urban challenge fund of rupee 1 lakh crore for creative redevelopment of cities and water for water and sanitation, and an allocation of rupee 10,000 crore has been proposed for the year 2025 to 26. Nuclear energy mission for Viksit Bharat. It is essential to develop at least 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy by the year 2047. To achieve this goal, amendment will be made to Atomic Energy Act and the Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act to enable active private participation of the private sector. With an outline the shipbuilding financial assistance policy will be renewed. Shipbuilding clusters will be facilitated to enhance the range, categories, and capacity of vessels. A maritime development fund with a corpus of 25,000 crore rupee will be established for long-term financing of the maritime industry. The government will contribute up to 49% and the remaining amount will be raised from ports and the private sector. A revised Udan scheme will be launched to enhance regional connectivity to 120 new destinations over the next 10 years and to provide such transport facilities to 4 crore passengers. Greenfield Airport in Bihar. Greenfield airports will be facilitated in Bihar to meet the state's future needs. These will be in addition to the capacity expansion of the Patna Airport and the Brownfield Airport at Beta. Western Kosi Canal project in Mithilanchal. Financial assistance will be provided for the Western Kosi Canal ERM project, which will benefit a large number of farmers cultivating more than 50,000 hectares of land in the Mithila region of Bihar. Swami Fund 2. Under the special window for affordable and mid-income housing, Swami 50,000 housing units have been completed in dedicated housing projects. Another 40,000 units will be completed by 2025. The fund of rupee 15,000 crore aim to complete another 1 lakh unit zones. Top 50 tourist destinations in the country will be developed through challenge mode with the participation of states. Special attention will be given to the places related to the life of Lord Buddha. Top 50 tourist destinations in the country will be developed. A special focus on the life of the Lord Buddha. Places related to the Lord Buddha. Investing in the innovation. 20,000 crore budget allocated to implement research, development and innovation initiatives. PM Research Fellowship Scheme. Under the PM Research Fellowship Scheme, 10,000 fellowships will be awarded for technological research in the IITs and IISc with enhanced financial support over the next 5 years. Second, Gene Bank with 10 lakh germplasm lines will be established for food and nutrition security. Second, Gene Bank with 10 lakh germplasm line will be established for food and nutrition security. National Geospatial Mission will be launched to develop geospatial infrastructure and data. Gyan Bharatam mission will be launched to survey, document and preserve our manuscripts in collaboration with academic institutions, museums, libraries and private collectors. This will cover over 1 crore manuscript. Fourth, growth engine export sector, describing export as the fourth engine of growth. Srimati Sitharaman said that an export promotion mission with sectoral and ministerial targets will be launched, jointly driven by the Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of MSME and Ministry of Finance. A digital public infrastructure called Bharat Trade Net (BTN), digital infrastructure called Bharat Trade Net will be set up for the international trade. It will support an integrated logistic interface platform. The government will support the domestic electronic companies industry to take advantage of the opportunities related to Industry 4.0. A national framework will be developed to promote global competence centers in emerging Tier 2 cities. Reforms as the fuel. Elaborating on reforms as a fuel for the engine, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman said that over the last 10 years, the government has implemented several reforms for the convenience of taxpayers, such as faceless assessment, taxpayer charter, prompt returns, almost 99% returns based on self-assessment, and Vivad Se Vishwas scheme. Continuing these efforts, she reiterated the tax department's commitment to trust first, scrutinize later. FDI for the insurance sector will be increased from 75% to 100%. FDI जो है जो इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर के लिए वो इंक्रीज कर दिया जाएगा for 75% to 100%. 100% FDI in insurance sector. This enhanced limit will be available to companies investing the entire premium in India. Public sector banks will develop a rural credit card. Public sector bank they will develop a rural credit score framework to meet the credit needs of SHG, self-help group members and people in rural areas. A forum for regulated coordination and development in the pension sector will be set up. A forum for regulated coordination and development in the pension sector will be set up. The central KYC registry will be reviewed in the year 2025. Regulatory reform. To develop a modern, flexible, people-friendly and trust-based regulatory framework for the 21st century, the following 4 specific measures were proposed. First, the high-level committee for regulatory reforms. A high-level committee on regulatory reforms will be set up to review all non-financial sector regulations, certifications, license, and permissions. The committee will submit its recommendations within 1 year. Investment friendliness index of states. To further the spirit of competitive cooperation, federalism, the investment friendly index of states will be launched in the year 2025. A mechanism will be established under the Financial Stability and Development Council to evaluate the impact of current financial regulation and supporting infrastructure. Instructions. Public Trust Bill 2.0. The government will now bring the Jan Viswas Bill 2.0 to decriminalize over 100 legal provisions in various laws. Budget speech B. Indirect taxes. Indirect taxes. Rationalization of custom tariff structure for industrial goods. Under the budget, Union budget, it was proposed to remove 7 tariff rates. After this, the remaining tariff rates will be 8, including 0 rate. 36 life-saving drugs and medicines to provide relief in rare disease like cancer will be fully exempted from basic custom duty. जो बेसिक कस्टम ड्यूटी होती है उनसे उनको एग्जम्प्ट कर दिया जाएगा, नहीं लिया जाएगा 36 लाइफ सेविंग ड्रग्स. Proposal for full exemption on cobalt powder and waste and residue of lithium ion battery, mercury, zinc and 12 other critical minerals. Proposal to revise custom duty. Proposal to revise custom duty on knitted textiles to 20% or rupee 115 per kg, whichever is higher. Basic custom duty on interactive flat panel display. Electronic goods increased from 10% to 20%. Basic custom duty on electronic goods increased from 10% to 20%. Exemption on 35 additional capital goods for manufacture of lithium ion battery for electric vehicles. 28 additional capital goods for manufacturing mobile phone battery. 35 additional capital goods पे mention दे दिया गया है. The export period of handicraft items have been increased from 6 months to 1 year. The export period of handicraft items has been increased from 6 months to 1 year, extendable by a further 3 months if required. Custom duty on export of marine product, frozen fish paste has been reduced from 30% to 5%. Custom duty on export of marine product, frozen fish paste has been reduced from 30% to 5%. The end use period of imported items has been increased from 6 months to 1 year. Direct taxes. Under the new tax regime, no income tax will be payable on the income up to Rs 12 lakh. Average income of Rs 1 lakh per month, excluding special rates such as capital gains. Direct taxes जो हम पे करते हैं, तो if you have 12 lakh per annum, 1 lakh per year, 1 lakh per month, you will be exempted from paying the taxes. For salaried taxpayers, this limit will be Rs 12.7 lakh due to standard deduction of Rs 75,000. Revised tax structure in the new tax regime. Rs 0 to 4 lakh 0 कोई टैक्स देना है. If the earning is Rs 4 to 8 lakh, the 5% tax will be deducted. Rs 8 to 12 lakh 10%, and 12 to 16 lakh 15%, 60 to 20 lakh 20%, and 20 to 24 lakh 25%, and above Rs 25 lakh there will be 30% tax. Rationalization of TDS. The limit of interest deduction for senior citizen is being doubled from Rs 50,000 to Rs 1 lakh. The annual limit for TDS on rent has been increased from Rs 2.40 lakh to Rs 6 lakh. The higher TDS deduction provision will apply only to non-PAN cases. जो पैन कार्ड होता है, the registration period of a small charitable trust institutions extended from 5 years to 10 years. Proposal to allow taxpayers to claim zero annual value for properties owned by them without any conditions. Injunction on withdrawal made by individuals from National Savings Scheme on or after 29th to August 2024. To promote inland water transport in the country, it is proposed to extend the benefit of the existing tonnage tax scheme to inland vessels registered under the Indian Shipping Act 2021. Startup benefits extended by 5 years to Indian startup ecosystem incorporated before 1st April 2030. To promote financing in the infrastructure sector by sovereign wealth fund and pension funds, it is proposed to extend the date for investment by 5 years to March 31, 2030. Expenditure on various schemes under budget 2025-26. काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट है, मैं भी इसमें से पूछ सकता है. इफ दे विल आस्क द डेटा, दे विल आस्क फ्रॉम दिस. प्राइम मिनिस्टर गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना, जो द गवर्नमेंट जो इन पे खर्चे करने वाली है, द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन द प्राइम मिनिस्टर गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना 2,03,000 करोड़, मनरेगा 86,000 करोड़, जल जीवन मिशन 67,000 करोड़, पीएम किसान प्राइम मिनिस्टर किसान सम्मान निधि 63,500 करोड़. एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन मेजर आइटम्स पर अंडर बजट 2025-26. डिफेंस सबसे ज़्यादा करने वाले 4,91,732 करोड़, 492,732. रूरल डेवलपमेंट 2,66,817 करोड़. रूरल डेवलपमेंट अराउंड 2 लाख करोड़. एग्रीकल्चर एंड एलाइड एक्टिविटीज 1,71,437 करोड़. एजुकेशन 1,28,650 करोड़ एंड हेल्थ अराउंड 98,301 करोड़. सबसे ज़्यादा डिफेंस पे कर रहे हैं. देन रूरल डेवलपमेंट, एग्रीकल्चर एलाइड 171,437 थर्ड नंबर. एजुकेशन, देन दिस. एंड प्राइम मिनिस्टर गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना सबसे ज़्यादा 2,03,000 करोड़, 2,03,000 करोड़. So this was the budget. So now we will डिस्कस इकोनॉमी सर्वे 2025-25. इकोनॉमिक सर्वे हम डिस्कस कर लेते हैं और इसी के साथ ही economic survey 2024-25 was presented in the parliament by the union minister, finance minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman on 31st January 2025. द इकोनॉमिक सर्वे जो ये बजट से एक दिन पहले होता है, पेश किया जाता है 31st January 2025. द इकोनॉमिक सर्वे इज ऑलवेज प्रेजेंटेड वन डे बिफोर द बजट. इकोनॉमिक सर्वे 2024-25 has been prepared by the economic division of the Department of Economic Affairs. So we will stop here and we will discuss next in the next video. So thank you for watching this.